We've got a lot of cloud gaming news to catch up on, from new game announcements to major updates, as well as an update on the situation regarding Halo and 343 Industries. To kick things off though, we're going to be talking about GeForce NOW's server rollout process. As you all know, with the new Ultimate tier, there are new 4080 SuperPods that need to be rolled out, and this is going to take some time over the coming months. Last Thursday, we mentioned that London was almost done, and I'm happy to report that over the weekend it was finally complete. That's not all. That same Thursday, I also mentioned that US Midwest, the servers I personally connect to, were also under maintenance, but it didn't exactly say why. Well, if we check GeForce Now server status page, we can now see that the RTX 4080 upgrade is in progress in those servers, and I am super excited to see that. Simply because I'll finally be able to go hands-on and really experience what the 4080 SuperPod can bring. But even more interesting than that, the US Northwest also has a server under maintenance as well. It doesn't explicitly say that it's an RTX 4080 upgrade in progress, but neither did the Midwest until a couple days ago. So be sure to take it for what it is and don't get too excited yet. If it does get the RTX 4080 upgrade in progress badge, I'll be sure to let you all know as soon as possible. Let's keep GeForce Now news rolling. The gameplay you've been seeing in the background thus far is Portal RTX, and it's now available to stream via GFN. It was announced a while back, but went right into maintenance due to some issues when it first came out. Over the weekend, it seems like those issues were now solved because anybody can launch the game and experience the beauty that is Portal RTX. As a heads up, it's a pretty demanding game to run with all the settings cranked up and RTX on. I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you're on the Ultimate tier. Though it is free if you own the base game, and honestly, it's a technical showpiece and it's beautiful to look at. The last bit of GFN news comes in the form of an update, as version 2.0.48 is now releasing and rolling out. The update will allow Sony PlayStation controller support for the native PC and Mac app, allowing both the DualSense and DualShock 4 to be recognized and support button mappings. Note that this is only for the supported games that would naturally do this. Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Fortnite come to mind. Along with that are some browser streaming improvements, including a new streaming statistics overlay at play.geforcenow.com. The hotkey to display this feature is Ctrl-N on PC and Chrome OS or Command-N on Mac OS. Pressing those same keys will also quickly toggle standard and compact modes before removing them. While that covers all the news directly related to GeForce Now, there is a new game announcement that I think has a good chance of showing up on GFN, and that's because it's coming from Ubisoft, which means it's probably gonna hit Amazon Luna as well. It's called the Crew Motorfest, and it's a new entry into the Crew franchise. It brings you into a new open world inspired by the Hawaiian island of Oahu. According to the game's description, it'll be a one-of-a-kind car festival that will get you ready to celebrate the best of car culture, featuring an unparalleled diversity of game modes and immersive driving experiences. Now look, I'ma keep it real here, that sounds a lot like Forza Horizon, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either. It should also be stated that while the trailer doesn't show boats or planes, it is confirmed to still be in the game, much like the Crew 2. Hence the name Motorfest rather than Carfest. Now what I'm more curious about is the setting itself. It being placed in Oahu means it's gonna be a lot less land than the United States in its entirety. And according to the IGN interview, the Crew and the Crew 2's environments demanded a more procedural approach rather than building the world themselves. Hopefully this will lead to a much more interesting driving experience rather than just a larger one. Regardless, I'm pretty excited to see this game get announced. I feel like the Crew 2, while it may not be a perfect game, is the type of game that got really long-term support, and I hope to see that here too. But now let's move on to the last news story of the day, and it comes from Bloomberg.com's Jason Schreier. While it's no secret that 343 got hit pretty hard with layoffs recently, we now have more information on what's going to happen to the Halo franchise. Initially, there were some rumors that 343 would no longer be involved with Halo, but those rumors were put to rest. That said, it seems like they're still doing a pretty major reset over at the studio. According to Jason, at least 95 employees were laid off, both full-time employees and contractors. Project Titanica will run on Unreal Engine rather than Slipspace, and it may no longer be just a battle royale. And lastly, there is no new story content being made for Infinite. New ideas were pitched for the new Halo games in Unreal Engine, but those folks were also impacted by the layoffs. Real talk, this is pretty devastating news for those who work at 343. Not only is Slipspace Engine seemingly put to rest, but it seems like a lot of people were let go. Important people at that. I'm hopeful that 343 can turn things around, but it is really sad to see Halo in this state. It's a franchise that's synonymous with Xbox. I was personally really excited to hear more about the Battle Royale that's been in the works for Halo because I think that's kind of a match made in heaven type scenario. but hearing that they may be expanding it to be more than just a battle royale has me slightly concerned in the sense that they better not lose what makes battle royales fun. Regardless, it's way too early to be concerned about it, we haven't even seen what it looks like, so I'll reserve judgment for later. Either way, that covers this cloud gaming news day. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, thank you for watching the video. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.